Okay, so there was an update, and there's a Louis stream tonight, and the shop was shiny, so I had a look at this, and I'm going to take a look at this and see if this is actually good, because this is $10 for Navani Warsong theme deck that has Navani Warsong in it, and some other playable rares like Obliterate, Hammer of Might, and Valkyrie Enforcer are all staples. Hammer of Might less so now, but that used to be actually a really good staple. Wow, this deck's really good. It's got like 4 Oni Ronin, 4 Torch. Probably needs to be +1, but still fine. Like if you're just new to the game and you're playing in bronze, like a 1/5 endurance is just the best card. It's got Whirling Jaws. Yeah, this is actually really good. And the Divine Warsing is actually quite good as well because it affects each unit and weapon in your deck. Oh yes, giving like Navani bonus to Elder's Feather is pretty sick. Okay, so I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And Rindra's Infiltrators. This deck's less good, but it's got Mirror's Nightshade, which is like my favourite 2-drop, and Rindra the Dustblade. These are really good. Can you disenchant these legendaries? Because if you can, I want to buy this just to get some more dust. Wow. Great job, Direwolf Digital. This is what I want to see. I want to see playable starter decks that people can actually just take onto the ladder and go ham. So it gets 500 gems and the exclusive Eternal Throne back. I'm going to buy this just because I want that card back. That's pretty sweet. Okay, well, great job, Direwolf Digital. I suppose I'm going to get onto the actual deck that I'm supposed to be looking at today, but there was a shiny thing, so I had to click it. Okay, so we're looking at Grenadins today. The only thing I've not got there is the 6-gun, just because I think it's ugly, and it's $10. When the other thing is $10, just like infinite value. Right, so today we're going to be taking a look at this Imagine Dragons, as we called it. This did well at ETS this weekend. Just going from work, so I can't remember who did it. I'll find out later and I'll put it in the comments or whatever. Didn't put anything in the comments yesterday because those decks were actually awful. And I don't want that second deck to be associated with the offer of the good version of that deck, because that just won't be fair. But I should probably actually put that anyway, just because that deck was sweet. So that's what do we have here, and it is a Grenadin deck. Obviously got the Luis favourite card over here in Jotun Hurler. But basically it's just enough Grenadins to turn the Combustion Cell into just like an absurd enabler for both Tribute and just having like 7 and 8 drops in your deck. Yeah, this deck's really effective. Just really like Jawbone Greatsword since this actually got buffed to brand now costs 6 instead of 7. Just think this card's really good, as well as just being like a 5-power weapon is good against like Feln, just gets to kill champion of cunning. Everything else in the deck, to be honest. Yeah, this deck is just trying to go off with End of Hostilities, which I think is the best story card from the most recent set. You can do some really disgusting stuff with this. Yesterday I just made, I had one of these on my deck, one in my hand, just sacrificed like some random Grenadin, got myself as 12 power, just made 4 carries and just killed my opponent. That was delicious, let me tell you. Unstable Farm is probably in here because it can turn, like, I don't know, Jotun Hurler into an actual thing, I guess. But for the most part, this is just going to be something that you get to trade with Strategize and Merchants, but it's also going to pop Aegis, because this is nice because, as I mentioned earlier, you get to pop Ikaria's Aegis and then copy it, and your opponent's dead from there. So, yeah, stick it on the ladder, see what we can do. Hopefully this deck does better than Solitude, which it should do because this is a real deck. Okay, so our MMR must be absolutely awful right now just because of playing that Solitude deck. So, this deck is playing just enough Grenadins to get by, just to make Combustion Cell good. Unfortunately, a bunch of the Grenadin cards actually just make multiple of them. I don't think this hand is actually good, though. Well, if you're against an aggro deck, this is potentially really good because it's got like Grenadin Drone and Torch. And if we're not, we can strategize to try and find something, but I think, honestly, our deck can do better. I really don't want to find like a Combustion Cell. This is sort of awful, but if you're against aggro, we've got 3 interactive spells, and then we've got Kenna later on. Also, for instance, it's quite good because we have double of each. We're against maybe Argent Pot mid because I think that deck is actually still good, but probably removable pile. In which case, our hand is a little bit less good. We are reasonably soft to like quicker carriers, which this deck could be capable of if it's playing Bullet Shaper. But we are able to deal for actually because we do have Kenna, which is a nice 5/6 body. So similar to like Sandstorm Titan and stuff like that. You are able to just gobble it up. Yo, think about a crime, whatever you want to call it. one of the reasons why I like having Sandstorm Titan in a lot of my decks, to be honest, is before your opponent gets to go to 7 in these sort of matchups, you just get to like slam the Titan, so they would have had to deal with your Titan first, because they usually don't have like fast speed removal that can kill it. Okay, so this is good. I'm probably going to go and snap up Combustion Cell just to be able to set up this Kenna. Of course, that means that Kenna is only on like turn 6, which isn't super impressive, and we are like trading a power for that, I think. Though actually, I'm probably going to swap the Permafrost. Permafrost isn't going to do much against our opponent here, because their threats are probably going to be something like Tavrod or Icaria. I mean, this is reasonable against Rizan, but so is Kenna. I do like Jawbone Greatsword because it does kill Icaria, but... So swap this Permafrost, get a Combustion Cell going. We don't have anything really good to get back with Kenna. Okay, that's fine. I'm just doing the removal pile stuff. But actually, if we're able to land some Grenadins, we should be able to do really well here. I think we can hang fire on the Waystone, which means we're going to hang fire on the Combustion Cell. So I'm going to wait till next turn, and then I'll play the Combustion Waystone, which will give us Face Aegis and the Combustion Cell after that. Just like 2 torches, just like not doing much here. So now we feel pretty silly because we would have been able to play Kenna this turn, but with nothing to actually kill her, like, sort of fine. Well, our opponent just like play Rizan here, like pop our Face Aegis, whatever, but then we just get to... When Zuberi attacks, the top unit of your deck gets plus power. Okay, well, let's kill that. So play Grenadin Drone. I will sacrifice the smaller one because then we can potentially still hit something like... Actually, we don't have anything in the bin. We should have touched our opponent to the face or something at the last of the end step. Just, you're so used to playing Kenna, where you actually get something back. Once inversion gives something -3. I mean, that's sort of awful. That's an interesting combination of cards, though, to play like both Front's Intervention and oh, well, we're just getting browned now. This is us just getting taken to Browntown. What's this do? So the next unit on top gets like +3. Let's scout here so we can get Skycrag, no. I suppose we're just in the market for just like double torch this. It's like an interesting inclusion. It can't be budget like reasons because this is both a legendary and worse than other things that our opponent could play. But actually the 3/5 body seems pretty nice. We're probably actually quite dead here because we're at 8 with like nothing to do. I think I probably should have actually just used the double torch to kill the thing, because then later on we could use Kenna to get. So this will protect us from this Rune Hammer for like 1 turn. I'll just like force everyone to use like a removal spell to keep the hammer. So like Death Strike you 1/1 to deal you 4. Fine, deal in. It's like don't mind about these sort of things. We are getting pretty low. I suppose. Do we worry about? Yeah, just kill this. So this is sort of loose because I probably could play like something else. Just going to keep this Waystone in hand. If this Aegis gets popped, I would like to just rebuild it. So we go. So we get to play Merchant here, which gets us this. I think I'm actually going to get the Jawbone Greatsword rather than... Let's get to upgrade this. I probably could just torch this anyway. Jawbone just like 5 our opponent. So I was thinking of getting Molot there, but this is more things for our opponent to deal with. Our opponent is unlikely to have an ambush threat here, because... Is this just like double torch? Okay. Let's consider what's going on here. But this is 2 threats, even though Molot is like technically 2 threats because you have Aegis to deal with. Okay, so it's just Zuberi here, so our opponent is running sort of lone threats. The 4/6 is good, obviously, because it does make our... Do we just get Overwhelm here? I don't think we do. I think I'm reasonably happy just to get like the 8/6 in play here. So the Berserk body's fine. Hopefully the 5/2 here is just able to deal with like a Rezan or something. I'm pretty sure our opponent does have like a torch. Okay, Vanquish is bad. We lose our thing. So opponent gets to give +4 to whatever's on top, which is a concern because our opponent should be playing things with like charge here. Pretty sure we're just dead here. Maybe we should have got Molot, because then the single Vanquish wouldn't have been able to deal with it. Opponent would be like, yes, like fine, slow through. Pretty sure we're dead anyway, because if those buffs landed on something, whoa, like this, 12-5. Yeah, Strategize. Would like to find End of Hostility. Okay, cool. So we found End of Hostility, so we're doing great. Sacrifice this. Copy this. So if our opponent gets the Rolls Intervention here, we are dead. So yeah, the Rolls Intervention, I thought it was a torch all along. But still, interesting match. We do die to the 24 pound Macto. It's actually some interesting technology. Maybe someone's made a video with that, because that's something I've not seen before. Okay, well, here we are for an opening hand, and I think this is basically perfect because we get to External Merchant to get something else other than Combustion Cell. So I think it's actually worth a keep. We get to have the Aegis. I'm just going to Crest here, pull just bottom of power. Yeah, get out of here, channel. Would not want an 8-drop when we've already got like our expensive card here. Look, it's Jeskai John here, must be Magic the Gathering player. Probably going to fire off this Combustion Cell. Like if our opponent just disjunctions next turn, then it sucks to be us. But see, it's unlikely if our opponent's not been to market. Okay, so this is likely like a Cerso's Cleaver deck. So what would we like against Cerso's Cleaver? I think I'd like just a Greatsword, to be honest. So let's get Greatsword. If we draw like either a Grenadin Power, so the Granite Waystone. Oh, Gorgon Fanatic, okay. So, as I was saying, if we draw like a Grenadin Waystone, we get to basically free roll Brand. Attack. Probably should have attacked first. I mean, like, our opponent's just never blocking because the value of getting this in. We do get to kill, I think. They do need to scream. So, after we've seen Gorgon Fanatic and a Time Source, like a real Time Source in Crest of Wisdom and Seat of Mystery, I'm going to assume that this is a Teacher Scream deck. And that this little dude over here has just fetched up a Haunted Scream, actually. But we could do some messed up stuff with End of Hostilities against this deck, actually. Like, I don't know, can this deck give Berserk to Rindra? Just making 2 Berserk Rindras would be pretty nice. Especially for like flying, lifesteal, charge, all that sort of stuff. Well hungry though, me. It's nearly tea time. So, assembly line here. Doesn't let us do anything super cool. Just attacking for free here. We do need to actually pressure our opponent. I was going to make Brand next turn. It's got to the point where potentially just like, yeah, that's cute. Just like screen back this, draw free. And just, I don't know, 16 you with Brand. Unfortunately, Brand with Overwhelm is only medium. I mean, sure. Yeah, Brand with Overwhelm was only medium exciting against the kind of merchant anyway. I'm just going to play Brand. I'm not going to sacrifice a unit because I do think that the free power here is good. It just gets to like clock our opponent next turn if they don't interact with this in any way. And I'm actually sort of tempted to just like End of Hostilities this. But I might actually just End of Hostilities the External Merchant just to grab Molot. Even though it's only a single copy. Because this takes us down. Okay, what do we have on the board that's actually good here? Oops, in the void, sorry. We don't have any spells. But next turn, we get to get back. Actually, let's play Assemble Line, it's fine. So if we sacrifice here, we just go back up to 5 power, doesn't do anything. Our opponent plays like another Lightning Storm, that's sort of a nuisance. But like, they just can't sit there being defensive forever. Yeah, so they have multiple Lightning Storms in their Grenadin Merchant Gorgophatic deck, which is fair because this matchup's potentially awful. But I think we're just going to do this actually. It's like, combust this. Kenna won't do anything, but I think I'm just going to make 2 copies of Sandstorm Titan. Next turn, attack with both. Combust like the one that got blocked, I guess. And then Kenna, get back End of Hostilities. And basically, we will be comboing off. And that's what this deck is for, just being ridiculous. So opponent is dead to this because they just take 5 a turn or whatever. They grab Cerso's Cleaver or just have Cerso's Cleaver here, that's really bad for us. But, you know, it doesn't give this overwhelm, so we're able to just like assemble line and then figure something out. That might be what I should get in here though. So, Grenadin Merchant's fine here because they trade this for something good. If it's banished, that's sort of awful. But actually, at that point, we have like a 1 cost in here that we could just grab. We don't. Just assemble a line. Because we'll be at 8 power next turn no matter what. We don't want to play it up nice because we'll be able to play assemble line. Okay, so let's grab an Annihilate here. So we're potentially 9. So this pulls up to 7. We get to go up to 9. So this will have not be enough to do the 10. I'm going to attack because it's like cowards can't block warriors. So attack. If we get our tribute, that's fine. Okay, we don't. So just get a Kenna. Oops, we need to do this first. This one puts it up to 8. But again, on hostilities here. I'm going to sit back here. Plus, got like no cards in hand. If they have like snap off like the initiation or whatever, just kill our Kenna. That's awful. But we're just going to take 3 damage here. It's just like it's not a problem. This turn though, we'll be at 9, and that's sort of fine because we can play assembly line, sacrifice one of the Grenadins. Actually, let's try and find a End of Hostilities on top of our deck. So exclamation is actually fine, so we'll keep that. So assembly line, this gives our thing flying. And then sadly we end up killing our opponent before we get to do anything cool. Yes, get back on hostilities, we won't get back assembly line. So you can see here we get to do a bunch of stuff. Because one of these gets to kill this, and then this one gets to kill our opponent. Yeah. So this deck can just do some silly things. I did enjoy the End of Hostility thing in the Felon Reanimate deck right at the beginning. That was cool, but yeah, still nice here. First win of the day. Okay, well, we've got some interaction here, like double Permafrost, got Strategize and a Crest. I think this Crest is probably going to be looking for power though, so I think I'm actually going to keep this. So Crest, just like, probably bottom anything that doesn't card draw or power. Yeah, I don't need Torture, we've got Permafrost, so if our opponent's playing Teacher, we get to just like, stop that. Rats, Initiate the Sands, Torture would have been perfect. Well, let's just Strategize this stuff away. Ixtal Merchant's nice, probably don't need millions of these. Just get to Ixtal next turn, grab Combustion Cell, which will set us up quite nicely for making a nice and early Kenna. Okay, so End of Merchant here, so this could be like the Shimmer Pack Tokens deck, or it could just be like straight Elysian. Happy just to scoop up one of these, just make a Merchant here. So this is 5 power, which goes up to 7, which is sort of nice. We'll let Permafrost at some point, but I think what we're going to do is just so much more powerful than just interacting with our opponent. Probably okay. So we don't get to do anything too cool next turn. It's just going to be like Crest plus Combustion Cell. Oh, Crown. Okay, this is cool. So our opponent must have fetched up the Crown. We will snap trade. Not seeing any like Shadow here means we don't have to be like super scared of anything. Actually, just going to Crest plus Wisdom here. Okay, so Extra Merchant's great. Just going to Wisdom here, because we don't have to be concerned with like unseals. Okay, so Snowball's great. Probably should have like fired off the Wisdom first and could have snowballed that, but we'll snowball it next turn, it's fine. So our opponent is potentially getting Breeze Dancer here. I'm guessing this is the thing that they got. There shouldn't be anything like in Primal here that's really good. So let's snowball this. This is like an unseal or something. Do I have to get it out now? Just get it out of the way. Okay, so play this, let's get subs at 3. We can sacrifice this just to put the assembly line out. This could get unsealed, which would be pretty awful for us. So this is, okay, so this is the unseal, yeah. So that's generally sort of awful for us, but I'm not seeing any echo animations go on, so we don't have to be too worried here, just like take it free, it's fine. Yeah, Praxis Displacer on nothing's fine. I mean, okay, so they get to fish in the market again, but we get to Combustion Cell here, and I think we're at the point where, so this kills a single enemy spell with a single faction or an enemy attachment with a single faction. I think it gets to the point where maybe Molot is fine. Yeah, because we're like 7x and we get to 8 turn after, yeah. So this is fine, just like snap no blocks here. Don't think there's a primal answer to our Combustion Cell here. Okay, so Permafrost is fine. We're just going to take 3. We're going to gobble this up anyway. Uncertain what our opponent got here. Could have been like, maybe they're messing about with End of Merchant, giving it Echo, because that is a thing you can do. You can give Merchant Echo, just keep having infinite of them in there. Do want Wisdom here, I think. Just bounce this. That's fine. Just kill the thing that's hard to kill. Not really too concerned about the Praxis Displacer. Okay, so we've got a double damage on one of these, which is sort of awful. Well, let's Wisdom the Elders. Because that's actually a lot of damage. I think I'm going to be unstable farming this, something tells me. So it's unstable list, turn it into something a little bit more fun. Yeah, General Salio is actually still pretty bad for us. Just look to crack our opponent for quite a lot of damage here, don't we? Let's get Face Aegis, Assembly Line. To crack our opponent for 11. We don't really get to do anything too spicy. I just like make block just to not take 1,000,000 damage. And then next turn we get to... Oh, that's no fun. Actually, this is pretty cool. When does this happen? This is start of each turn, play a thing. Aw. Okay, so we've got a Sylvan Rallier, Flying Bond, and 2 make a thing. Okay, well, this having Reckless is fine. So let's just make 2 blocks on here. Just take 6, that's fine. Because we get to kill things. Don't get to kill us anyway. We'd still be losing 2 things, but here we go. Just like boink. Sack this. Kill opponent's things. I suppose we just like Crest here. What is this? A 9-drop? Is there any good 10-drops? I want to find out if there's a good 10-drop. I don't think there is. It's just like Clutch Keep or some nonsense. I suppose it's just going to happen in hands with this deck. You're just going to get like the Combustion Cell Molot. Yeah, let's redraw this. We could just do better. This is not particularly better. We are missing on influence, but we do have a bunch of things to do. And actually, could we just like fire off Grenadins? Yeah, we'll lose Grenadins to make some Grenadins, that's fine. So if we... Okay, so we're not playing against Teacher. This could be like a bigger mid-range version, because I've just played like 2 depleted powers. So I'm fine with this. If I play Teacher on their turn, I'm just going to torch it, go to ours. Don't do anything here, don't need to like mess around, try and make a 2-drop, because we're not actually a beat-down deck here. What's this? Well, I guess we are turning a Snowball and a Torch into killing this. Don't really want to get Snowball trapped. Well, Scorpion trapped. Opponent making me like rando 1-1s is sort of fine though. I'll play the non-foil one. Like Snowball and Torch. Well, they've made me worried. I mean, at least we know we're not drawing one next turn. We do have like another like just stone uncastable over here though. There's an opponent who gets the Scorpions as well, which is sort of awful. Okay, well, let's just make a third one of these. I suppose it's going to make like the most ham-fisted curve in this game, where it's just like make some 1-1s, like a 1-1 on turn 4. But then just Big Daddy Jotun Hurler's coming for action. It's coming for you. Okay, so this might actually just be a tokens deck that's just playing some like spicy technology. Sea of Fury's good, because that fixes our influence. Yeah, don't make him angry. I suppose blocking. It's just something that we're doing for our life right now. Free freeze. Well, this is fundamentally awful. Don't just want to make like a weird attack just to make an additional 4/4. So let's do this. Let's unstable farm this, see what happens. 6. Do we have a 7? Let's get an Icaria. Yep. Well, unstable farm is definitely an unstable way of farming a better deck. Ooh, if they make a Scorpion here, just gonna make. I suppose I'll do Wisdom instead. Sure, got me. Let's play the Sigil out. Do we really care about any of this? It's probably this one, isn't it? Yeah. I would just like gang block everything, to be honest. Our opponent is slowly getting to 8 with double obelisk. Oh yes, there we go. Well, Combustion Cell or Torch for like the double whammies of just making like a pile of Heart of the Vaults. Okay, block here. Do we care too much? So block one. So let's leave us with some stuff behind. Because Combustion Cell is still a live draw here. So I think if we attack our opponent just like doesn't ever block in a million years. Don't really lose anything from doing that though. Just go for it. Yeah, just like go fishing. End of Hostilities. Gets to deal 2 damage. It's not going to do too much, just like to our opponent, I guess. Okay, well, here we are, we've got a Torch. That's actually kind of nice, because this means that next turn we can get a little bit fishy with like Torch our thing, End of Hostilities, just make 2 Heart of the Vaults. This is supremely fishy though. It's like 6/6, 8/8 Carnosaur rats. Well, what do we think about that? Do we allow it? Yeah, I think we do. Don't think we'll actually win this game. So, what do we do here? Actually, that's sort of fine. So block this 1. Block this here. Block this. Just take 6. That's fine. I'm just going to keep the heart in play. Okay, well. How much damage can we actually do here? So we can do 5, 7, 11. Oh, okay, so we just win. Cool. No, we don't, because we have to kill one of our things. Right, okay. So this is foolish. I didn't think this through. So we're actually kind of short on damage if we... So we've got 6 in hand, plus another 2 because of the Heart of the Vault. So to kill one of our things, and then we get 2 Heart of the Vaults. So let's do this. So then we're open to still drawing. So Molot isn't quite what we're looking for. Now I have a Scorpion Trap because that's another 3/3 on our opponent's side. Combustion Cell right on time. Are we dead anyway? Because we've got to block these two, take 3, 6. Yeah, so we're dead anyway. But that was nearly like an interesting finisher. I should have left like one of these. I shouldn't actually have attacked, it seems. Yeah. So if they don't attack very often though, we can win. Because we get to do Torch plus Molot, which is lethal. So our opponent's thinking here. We could actually win this if our opponent's too careful. Okay, so if they just do this, we win. Yeah, so our opponent like is just very concerned that we've got nonsense that we could definitely be doing here. But unfortunately for our opponent, we just get to 7 them. So the Purify our dude, it's like, it's fine. I mean, at least they get to check here, they know where to fast spell. So they might be incorrect to do this. End of Hostilities, rats. Well, let's just Torch here. Which deals the damage. Go to Molot, which wipes our opponent's board and kills them. So we managed to finagle that because our opponent was too careful. And I just like nearly snap conceded. So yeah, I suppose that's a lesson to us. But yeah, we'll go to the last game now. Okay, so here we are for the last game against Slippery Gypsy. That's an interesting name. This sounds probably actually okay because it's got like Strategize and next to Merchant Torch, Permafrost. Just because we do have the Jotun Hurler, this gives us an additional card. So our Strategize and our Merchant are less sort of damaging in terms of filling our cards. Although I think we can actually probably just do better. Because I think in this hand, our Exclamation or Strategize board is looking for power. I don't really want to be looking for power. This is much better. Got like a card draw spell plus Assembly Line. So now we actually get to use our Crest to look for not power, which is nice. Yeah, Assembly Line's good. Assembly Line just buys you a lot of time. It's just like blocks 3 times. I think our plan here is actually potentially just to Wismy Elders though. I think actually, yeah, I'm just going to Assembly Line. Let's make some bodies. This could be like Gracano aggro we're playing against, or like Champions of Glory, which I'm not sure about facing down with that. Much rather face down something a little bit more mid-rangey. But I suppose we're going to just like ignore the 3/3. But there we go. So let's just attack it actually. I think whilst we're under like no pressure, I don't quite need to draw cards quite yet. So our opponent doesn't have a fast spell here, so I'm much like a Torch, maybe like Finest Hour or the Roll's Intervention. Okay, so Emerald Waystone tells me this is potentially like some sort of control deck. Okay, so they're playing GMR. GMR is really cool, but would just take over the game against us. Okay, so opponent scoops it up to, they must be playing some sort of like Ricano, like spells deck. And if we let them survive with the GMR, we probably would have been dead. But let's like do an extra bonus game just to sort of see the actual deck in action. Okay, well, here on the draw, I actually do quite like this hand because Influence is just great. And because we're going to have so much power, I hope the Merchant is going to be sick. Unfortunately, Kenna's probably... Yeah, we're fine, we'll keep it. It's last game. So let's see if we can do something busted with Kenna. Oh, okay, great. So, we'll Crest next turn because we're just going to like seek power for the next couple of turns. So we've also got the Fire sorted. Let's just make sure we've got Primal sorted. Because next time we'll get to Crest, plus like seek power for whatever. Let's get those powers out of our deck. Xenon, I feel like we should probably be okay, Abduct is awful for us. We've got to steal our Merchant. I'm just going to Crest here. Strategize is great. It's going to turn one of these additional powers into a thing. So it's interesting abduct there. I mean, this is potentially telling us that our opponent isn't some sort of like Dark Return deck, because Dark Return is shit like Kenna is. Oh, okay, there's just Vara's Choice in it. Well, this is actually just sort of fine. Our opponent's not pressuring us quite yet, playing a lot of discard. But we're just going to bin off the Skycrag banner, don't need it. Just casually miss our power drop. Just got to be fair to our opponent here. Just click through playing our power. Be alright. As long as our opponent just plays something big like an Impending Doom that will kill us. But we realistically had like no answer to this anyway. So assembly line here. So sort of live, just like grab a Jawbone Greatsword here. So this deals a point to our opponent. Also, discard spell is actually really good. Caravan Merchant. So curious what fetching here. Could be like a Devastating Setback. Okay, so I've got Combustion Cell. So one play it out. Just attacking our opponent. Probably just going to play the Grenadin drone as well. Whether or not that's correct, because our opponent could have just grabbed a Devastating Setback. Not super concerned. I think if they did, I think it's still block. Yeah. So missing that power drop's like effectively done nothing like negative for us, because it just doesn't matter here. Yeah, you want to attack first, you've got a setback, does more damage. So hold up's fine. Opponent's just like playing some savage mono discard deck here. Hold up in the board's kind of spicy. Oh, okay, so we just gonna make one of them. Let's make two big dudes. Just casually embracing the shadow. Taking 2 points, which is sort of awful when our opponent's got 5/5. If they just have like 2 removal spells, but I'm hoping that they don't. And if the life loss from this becomes like a pain, we do get to sacrifice one of them off. So I've actually got our opponent to quite clock here, because they're realistically at 15. We have 13 points of damage here. Okay, so Vara's Choice here bounces one of these, so we just get like a 4 power 5/5, which is fine, just like no drawback. Okay, so I'm just willing to attack here. That's fine by me. It's like I should have attacked with the 1/1s really, because it's free damage. So I'll strategize here, try and find like, I don't know, power, just something good. Okay, Wisdom is good. Don't need additional Combustion Cell. We can actually get to 5 power here. I'm just going to Wisdom. Potentially find a power, just like put some more bombs into play. So we don't actually need to play the Seek power now. We get to draw End of Hostilities next turn, which is great. So if our opponent plays like some other big whammy. So Sabotage is fine here because our End of Hostilities is on top of our deck. But it should be at 12. Like, realistically, we should have just been attacking with the 1/1s. But I think offering the trade's still fair. It's like hold up's fine here. Probably just, yeah, this is fine. So most of them are like mono discard deck hit, so they've got 16 cards in our void. Maybe they're like a Solitude deck actually. So that's multiple hold-ups, so that must be like one main deck and they just fetched one. Unless they've just fetched for Solitude. So sometimes the market animation should show, but sometimes I'll just miss it. So I think next time we're just going to make 2 more 5/5s. Because we just need to put our opponent under a lot of pressure to stop them from being able to kill us with Solitude before we can kill them with damage. They do get to block our... So this could be actually Annihilate instead of Solitude. The Annihilate here is sort of awful. So, what do? We get to check for a fast spell here by torching our opponent's unit. So they don't have a fast spell, in which case we get to attack with everything. This must be like a something. But we're just going to make this. It could be Straight Shadow. So with Straight Shadow, that's -4 health, and we've got 5 health. So we managed to dodge it. Curious what they got from the market though, because must be like a Death Strike or something, just because there's got to be some sort of removal for the 5/5. Unless they were banking on just blocking with the 2/1, and then maybe just like set back to kill the 1/1s. I'm not sure. But yeah, just like interesting decks that we've played against just because we've tanked our rating so low. We're just playing against people who just like experiment and try sweet stuff. Okay, so this was the Imagine Dragons, just like dragon version of the Grenadin deck. I'm not sure if I like this more or less than the Gate Cruncher version. Obviously, we did win a game with Molot and Nakova, and I've actually like off camera won a few games just because of Molot and Nakova just being in the actual main deck here. But just bring up the price of the deck if you don't want to craft it a little bit. Though I think it is actually probably better than Gate Cruncher. Gate Cruncher is nice and like long grinding matchups where it's just going to kill things, but Molot and Nakova just actually just kills your opponent. I do like that we had a sort of a Skycrag ramp deck that's just sort of ramping into just these things that just end the game on the spot. Like Kenna just like kills a thing your opponent had, you know, brings you back like another spell. It's like Wisdom of the Elders. It's just such a good card. And I'm actually really happy that it's designed this way around, because it's very easy to get this card wrong, where if you put it in a Felon deck and its summon effect is, you know, draw a spell from your void, and if you had Tribute, it gets Killer. That is very good in Fel control, like getting to the point where it's a little bit like Vara at that point. But she has to do all sorts of weird stuff with this, just like always bringing back spells, just like bring this plus removal spell, just like removal spell left thing. You've got this huge thing. But yeah, I like the design of Kenna. When I first saw this, and it was just like this dragon shaman costs like $1 million. It's got this weird like text box, weird name, weird art box, but actually it's a really cool card, and I'm just real happy that things like this exist and that this deck exists, really, because it's just like another take on like a Skycrag mid-range deck. But ultimately, this deck's sweet. It's just another thing that you can sort of just do loads of things that create stories. And that's what I like about cards like End Hostilities, because you get to generate stories in a sense. Get to go into Discord, to like Skype, MSN Messenger, Facebook Messenger, Twitch, Twitter, whatever it is that you were talking to your friends on. You get to tell them, oh my god, you'll never guess what I just did. My opponent had an Icaria, you know, I popped this Aegis with an unstable form, and then there was End of Hostilities on top of my deck. I made 2 Icarias and then just killed my opponent out of nowhere, even though I was just like completely dead on board. Or like in our game where we just like used End of Hostilities just to copy our opponent's like Heart of the Vaults and just steal damage to them to set up a kill like out of nowhere, when we had no business winning that game, because our opponent was definitely outplaying us and just had a better draw, so they should have definitely won, but they just gave us that little inch, and because they gave us that inch, you know, just took a mile and just absolutely took over the game. So cards like this that just are story enablers are just best, and that's the sort of thing that is going to keep this game alive much longer than anything else, because like another games like Magic the Gathering start to tell its age now. You can tell like games like getting close to 30 years old. Like I'm older than that game, like by a reasonable margin, and you can definitely tell that we're both just like getting old. Our knees are knackered, and just like the digital design space that this game's got, and just like the stories you're going to tell is just what's keeping us alive. But actually, if I had enough look at this deck, let's take a look at this thing in the star again. At this point, you know, I'm just full well. I'm just you know, background noise here. Actually, let's have a look at this for like a new player. $10. Like a lot of players play as free to play, but a lot of players don't. And what they want to look for as a new player is like, where do I put money? Like I was looking at the Lord of the Rings living card games just come to Steam. I'm just like, okay, I want to play this, but I also want to put money because I want to be ahead of the curve. I want to have things. I just want to speed up the whole process of acquisition. And for $10, you get 10 packs, which is already fair. I think it's like $1 a pack already. You get 2 theme decks that include legendaries. As far as I know, you can dust because like the Navani deck, you are probably best off actually just dust Navani, get either an additional copy of Valkyrie Enforcer, or get some Unseen Commandos in here. This deck's actually quite good, and I could see this getting someone up to like gold. with the new rules, maybe be able to get yourself to Diamond with this. Not see it as being somewhere to in Masters, but along the way of getting to Masters, I think you'll be able to include cards here that are going to get you there. So there's just some really easy inclusions here, just like whack this up to like a playset of Finest Hour. You want the 4 for Ricano Outlaw. You probably want to like diddle with some of these numbers, just like Silver and Chameleon without like a bunch of weapons is probably a bit awful. But I just want to go up to the full playset of Crouch Deserter. Sword of Carry is great. I do like having this because it kills Teacher, and it's just like a way that you're able to kill your opponents even if you've got like millions of removal spells. I probably want to play an additional copy of Whirling Joe here. I like Crouch Cavalry because with Warcry this is really good. Like if this enters plays like a 3/3 or a 4/4 and you just make something else, get +3/+3, even at its base stats this is fine. Just like 4 cost, make a 2/2, and just I don't know, make my Whirling Joe a 5/5. Just like it's a lot of damage out of nowhere. Yeah, this deck's actually quite good. Some of the one-offs are quite suspicious, like the Silver and Commando. I see where they're going here, but I'd much rather this actually just being better for a player's collection, just being like a second copy of Valkyrie Enforcer, because Valkyrie Enforcer is a staple along with Unseen Commando. I think this is definitely the better of the two. The second one is probably not as good. It's got a lot of things that are missing, just like random 2 have like Blood Beetle, like what's this all about. This card is a card you definitely want on turn 1. Dark Turn's good, Suffocate's really good right now. Gonga's really sort of suspicious. Hornet Scream's good. Hornet Scream with Gong and Fnatic, so it's just like teaching our new players just like interesting and cool interactions. Desperado just like draft bomb. Left Right Darkstalker is actually quite good, teaching our new players about things like Nightfall and just the digital design space where the attack is like appearing, disappearing, sort of thing. Trickster's Cloak, cool in this sort of deck, just like putting this on Beast Call is good. And Desperado, it's a little bit more suspicious on Cog and Fnatic, but you know, just cycles through. Cabal Recruit is probably... I don't like having bad cards in these decks that are designed for new players because they're just going to think that this card's fine. I mean, in like Bronze, like a 1/4 body is great because you're going to be playing against stuff like Oni Ronin, and like a 1/4 body just like brick walls it. Death Strike, suspicious of, should probably just like Annihilate or Rindra's choice. Rindra's great. Minotaur Lighthoof is really good in this deck because it's going to turn up, it's just going to give Gorgon Fnatic like unblockable, that's great. Ringmaster's suspicious, but we have ways of getting it in because we do have like removal like Death Strike, we've got Trickster's Cloak, and we've got Lighthoof. But the Rindra is what this is all about. Just getting those Rindras in your collection, along with like Mirror's Nightshade, is going to bring you close to like an actual Scream deck, or like an actual Film Unseen tempo deck. Yes, this is just, they've knocked it out of the park with this starter bundle, and I'll be picking this up as soon as the stream's over. But yeah, I've been That Resolves. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around.